Hello and welcome. I just wanted to stop in. We've been pushing through the war. It took about 29 months, so almost 2 years at this point. We just got our DCMS Congo last year, and we sent them down into the battlefield, and the French surrendered on the spot. I don't know what's up. All that we did since then was maybe sink a battleship and a couple destroyers here and there. It's been pretty vicious fighting, and finally we've gotten to the point where we're here. We made it. We have so many obsolete ships here. They're over 10 years old. And what you'll also see, naval budget got halved. Don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Though we did just get 14-inch guns. Oh my god. So we're gonna have to halt some productions again. We're gonna finish the derps. We need some Kyles. And the Rhine Petties have gone in for a 1910 refit. Though it'll be 1911 before it's done. And you can see the Rhine Petty for us was such an awful ship before. And what we did with it is replace the engine. That allowed us to improve almost every aspect of it. And then up its turrets to 4-inch secondaries and get 10 of them. And I think it had 5-inch guns as main guns, so now it has 6-inch guns. So it used to have 5-inch guns and 3-inch guns, and now it's got 6-inch guns and 4-inch guns, and a lot more of them. It also has more torpedoes. It has better, well, not better speed, the same speed, but all that weight savings was put on other stuff. So is this a great light cruiser? It's a lot better than the 1899 version of it. So we're doing a refit to keep those cruisers in. The Kyle is the ones that we're taking longer to build because it's an absolute new build. And they, as you can see, have a lot of 6-inch guns and a tremendous number of 4-inch guns. So the purpose-built Kyles are really great. But look at the displacement on them, right? 66. Whereas the Rhine Petties, if we view the design, is 3,000, right? So of course they're gonna have more guns and not torpedoes, actually. I think they have the same number of torpedoes. The aft torpedo. So these are both gunships designed to fight destroyers. Absolutely destroyers. Boom, boom, boom. Any cruisers they send our way should go and get handled by our battle cruisers and battleships. We do have, like I said, also the Alex Hill, which is a really great armored cruiser that almost can go toe-to-toe with battleships. It's just a little bit weaker on the guns and decently weaker on the armor, but if it has a protective screen of things for the enemy to shoot at, it's good. So all that to be said is here we are, we're back. Everything basically is going to come back to how do I do this? Everything's going to go to North Asia and go on standby, except for the Southeast Asia. Apparently we have a couple of crews here. Perhaps these hidden messages would be enough. Not the Laszlo. You shouldn't even be here to begin with. So I'm just going to move some ships around. I'm going to put them on reserve, and we're going to see about building new ships and stuff. Though we're going to try and finish the ones in our queue. One thing I'll mention, though, before cutting to the next scene, wherever that's going to be, is you can see here, if we were to build a dreadnought, we could build one that has a broadside of 8 guns. But recently, we got cross-deck fire. So that would allow us... I have to manually do it, don't I? To remove... We gotta delete this turret, and then add an aft port side aft wing. Ooh, gotta not one turret. We need that to be 2. Now I'm sad because I'm like, how do I do it? But I think that you can do something like this with cross deck fire. We've got to do... It's the wrong cross decks. I think what you do with them is that you have A, you have F, and that is port wing, and then you go starboard wing, FG. But I want cross deck. There we go. So yeah, okay. You put port wing, and then you hit cross deck, and then that's there. And then, aft turret, double turret. And now, these can fire across the deck. Even though graphically we can see like a cone here. Let's hit oval and say that those are back. So this turret can fire across, and this turret can fire across. And that way you have a broadside of 4 full turrets. And everyone's freaking loving it, basically. So we could design something like this, but we don't have to do it right away, basically. Also, 13-inch guns, I think we just developed 14-inch, right? We did. Oh, my. So if you go to 14-inch guns, this would be a pretty nasty ship. But because we're not at war, and we have some designs all queued up that we can't even afford to build, our focus is going to be get this new age of ship out, limit the amount of builds that we're doing. We need way more destroyers in our fleet, among other things. And then once tensions begin to rise with some other nations, then we'll do our work to limit that. Once again, our budget just got slashed because we're outside of war. We're back down to 62. Look at that. Absolutely so small compared to our opponents. Right, France still has double, and they just came out of the war as well. So maybe Russia and Italy should be the people we fight. The problem with Italy is they don't own anything that we could fight for. Also, it said peace agreements were negotiated. We were supposed to get land, but the game chickened out and wasn't willing to give us any land. So next time we're in a war, we're going to have to take it during the war. Because they said we would get colonies, then the politicians failed us and just got us out of the war. Because we had been in it for two and a half years. So we don't know what the military was doing in that time. Apparently they sucked. Without further ado, though, this was way longer than I intended it to be. I'll stitch this to in the next episode, and we'll get into a battle, I'm sure. Hey, welcome. Another quick check-in here. Just that we got a double mount for our torpedoes. So I've gone ahead and created... We got $50,000 to build a new battleship. So the DERPS is now under construction, and we should consider building a second DERPS. But with the cross-deck fire and some other things like that, I'm thinking maybe we save the money for our next breakthrough. We're almost at war with France again, which is like, oh my god, it's been 2 months, man. By 2 months, I mean maybe more like 6. But still, these new torpedoes, or these new destroyers with double-mounted torpedoes, oh baby, is that ever going to be stronger. So I just wanted to let you know, and the name of this is going to be based on the commenter that taught me about torpedo stuff a while back. And that is the Mouse. The class name is Mouse Master. The Mouse Master. I'm just going to go with Mouse Master. Save. Okay. And let's design it. So, without further ado, we're going to queue a bunch of those up. And I'll see you next time. Ciao for now. Hello and welcome. We're here. We made it. It's been a long time since the last recording session, but we're back in Rule the Waves 2, and this is happening halfway through an episode because I'm going to stitch it to the other little fast forwards. Basically, I think I mentioned in the last one that we got some funds to update our navy and build some new battleships. Instead of getting a another DERPS, DERPS is not going to have a sister ship. DERPS is going to be the only one in its line. Let me just look up our comment section here to see who is going to get the name of this ship. This is going to be the Manhattan. The Manhattan class dreadnought battleship. Slope deck. It has a traditional armor scheme here, 10-inch deck and stuff. It's got our newest and best guns, the 14-inch guns. Not prototype, they're not -1, they're good. And you can see here that there's this weird immunity zone where with 10 inches of belt, we're absolutely gonna puncture. We would puncture ourselves. We're gun heavy basically, as opposed to armor heavy with the Japanese. Though with 21 knots, we're feeling okay. Though we are in a nice soft spot for design here. The only thing is, at long range, shells are going to be coming in from over top, and that would also puncture our deck armor. So obviously deck is on top, belt is on the side. The closer the ships are, the more you're just hitting side. But when you're shooting really far, it's going to fall and hit on top of the deck. So that's what this is all about. We love it. A ton of 14 6-inch guns. We could go up or down on this, but and I guess we can't go up or down on it. We're pretty much maxed out. I could lower the tonnage, but I'm gonna leave the tonnage a little bit heavier than it has to be, so that when we develop anti-aircraft guns and stuff like that, we can go ahead and bring those on as well. So let's hit done here. This is all okay. Save the Manhattan. It's going to take 5,000 in 4 months, so that's good. If we look at our design queue here, we've got a whole bunch of Mouse Masters. I think those are the ones with the double torpedoes we just talked about. Green Nexus, some cheap, basically these are just going to be used for protecting our convoys, and a couple of Kyles. Quite frankly, I think we need some more Kyles. But that's how it is. And then within a year, all of this is going to come off the dock. So we're in a good spot right now. We can't really start much more construction. Well, that's not true. Can I look? Design ship. Let's open. You can't see it, but it's on the side screen for me here. The Kyle. Do we want more Kyles? It takes 23 months to build a Kyle. I think that we should start building a Kyle. So Kyle's now underway. And then another thing that we'd like to do is build some coastal submarines. These aren't very powerful, but it'll help us to just harass things that are hanging out in our space here. So let's hit save. We just did a lot of good work. Let's go back to the map. We're not at war with anyone. We're not doing espionage. We're spending a lot of money. Let's hit next. Industrial production. Yo, okay, good. Japan is growing a bit. Next, private shipping. Yo. Excuse me, I'm building battleships. Whatever. Great buildings building. I mean, everyone's building battleships. I don't know where I'm supposed to get the money to build these battleships. Like, I'm building them as fast as I can. Disarmament. We should go budget and tension up for sure. We could negotiate an agreement with someone. We're really in good terms with the Germans. Perhaps we can get Germany to be our friend. Yeah, we have a treaty with Germany. I don't know what that means for us. I don't know what's the nature of the treaty, but that's fine. Dr. Manhattan, let's go to the build screen. Let's go. This costs how much? 2,500 per month. So we're gonna lose money really fast here. Faster than I had expected, actually. Okay. Well, we can cut back a little bit on research. Doesn't even feel that worth it, but it's fine. Ships in service. They're all in reserve. You can see our ship list is actually quite small. Ships under construction. A lot of them are coming through. A lot of them are small. 6 months is a little too far out. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to halt the Dr. Manhattan here for just a second. And perhaps even that Kyle. I just want budget. Let's be less aggro here for a second. And you know what? This is, well, no. Let's see if we can stoke a little bit of tension. We don't want to get nothing going on here. Offering to sell us the rights to explosive shells? Yes. Thank you, Italy. So that means that our shells are actually going to blow up and destroy things much more. Shipboard aircraft operation? What did we just... We have 0... Alright, let's just be Japan and try and get into the aircraft business as soon as possible. We could slow down explosive shells because we just bought some stuff from that. We have really high ship design, which is so important. I also really want our turrets and gun mountings. Our fire control is already really high, but I want it higher. Lighter than air, I don't care about so much. I don't even know. We don't even have heavier than air, which is like fighter planes and stuff, but that's fine. And then the guns are high. I'm still okay with this spread. Maybe we can bring something down, but we don't really care for the armor. We do care about everything else. Let's just go for it. Done. Soaring as new methods of technology are introduced. Oh, baby, we just got more money. Prime Minister holds a gun. Let's not go for prestige. Let's just go for all the money as possible. We can start spying on someone. If anyone, I want it to be the Russians, though, because I think we talked about this before, the Almanac. We have 92k budget. The Russians and Italians are really the closest to us. With France and Germany nearby, but not quite. But France's holdings are a little bit out of our reach, you know? And we can't beat the UK, so really, it's all about getting back these islands from Russia, is what I care about. So let's... next turn, let's keep moving towards that. A couple of ships are being commissioned into the Navy. I mean, I want to be part of 5-year security arrangement. We'll do it. It's going to lower our budget. But being friends with Great Britain seems incredible. So now we should spy on everyone. Let's save a little bit of money and keep it low. Well, okay. Now, we started building ships earlier. I shouldn't have started this ship until the other things were done. Basically is the problem here, because I think we pay to have it under construction. Now this is working up. You guys just go straight to the reserve. Save a little bit of cash. We'll do one more turn of this. Torpedo arming. I mean, we're gonna buy it, but now we have no money. And if it wasn't for buying technology, we would be fine. The derps is so close too. Let's hit next. All of those ships are now in the Navy. An eccentric scientist of doubtful repute? I mean, we'll buy it, but we'll see. Blank check, baby. I mean, sure thing. Superimposed turrets? Oh my god, that's so much better than deck fire. That's turrets being able to shoot over each other. Doesn't matter though. The Manhattan class will go through. Because we've designed it. And therefore we're sunk cost fallacying right into it. Everything else is about to finish, so we'll get back on that Kyle here in a second. All of these are working up. I mean, working up is important, but just go straight to the reserve. And now we have a decent fleet. A lot of old battleships, which honestly are about to be obsolete again, even after the retrofit. But right now, it's only costing us a couple hundred to maintain them in reserve status. Like, what are we looking at here? 4 12-inch guns, really slow, 17 knots. But look at all of these stars. These ships don't have stars. I think those are confirmed kills, right? So we've got our corvettes, we've got our destroyers, we got everything. Prestige. We want as much budget as possible. We're so close to war. Oh my lord. Alright, I guess it's not going to be with you. Or you. And now we have positive income. So we're going to resume this construction. And let's build up a little bit of money for once. Because we've been going flat out for so long. And the derps as well. I mean, look at this derps. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Lot of the 12 9-inch guns are really gonna do something for it. I have no doubt. Triple turrets? Yes. I'm already like, and we'll end the episode here, I think, but just bear with me. We can now. Oh wow, that actually wants me to do cross-deck firing. That's hilarious. We can do all of this, which sure is fun, but that's not what I had in mind. Not what I had in mind. Okay, clear turrets. What I had in mind was, well, A, they're going to be 14-inch, because of course they are. Then we have triple turrets, and then if we're going aft superimposed, aft center line, and forward like this. Look at that. Oh baby. And that is an okay design. So this is 9 cannons and excuse me, superimposed. This doesn't look superimposed to me. Aft. Oh, it's because I didn't do aft. Aft and aft superimposed. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. It's amazing. It's 9 14-inch guns. Are you kidding me? At 23 knots, we could almost go up to 24 knots. This could be a battle cruiser. We could up the armor on it. Oh my lordy. Already. It's just like that. We finally got the ship design stuff we were waiting on. Doesn't matter. We still love you, Manhattan. We're still going to put in 3 years for you. Because you are bringing 8 guns to the fight as opposed to 9. But the superposition of the other guns is what's really making them interesting. So let's hit next. Private shipbuilding. There's our submarines. There's our things. We will sell to the Italians because we need as much money as we can get. And let's save up some money here and like just get a couple of new developments in, basically. A couple of new technologies to go with that superimposed turret. I always would rather have the superposition on the front of the ship so that you can chase down the enemy with at least 2/3 of your guns firing and then that rear gun just chilling. But anyways, I hope you're enjoying. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now. It's stuck. Ciao.